Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And this video is going to be an updated version of reacting to 1-star reviews of my favorite books. So I figured this would be really fun to do an updated version of because I've read a few more books since my last one and I want to react to some 1-stars because I think it'll be really fun. So we're going to get right on into this. I have 5 or 6 screenshotted for each book, and I think I have, let's see, how many books do I have? 2, 3, I have 3 books, so I have like 5 or 6 for each. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So this first one, and I'm not going to say the names, I'm getting these off Goodreads. I'm not going to say the names of the people that reviewed them because I don't know if they want their stuff shared, so we're going to keep privacy. So this says, it's a 1-star, this book put me in the longest reading slump ever. The love triangle is driving me crazy. I mean, how could anyone love 2 people equally? Guess only Tessa can do it. Okay, that's not true. I mean, realistically, love triangles happen all the time in real life and in books. So I don't think it's that out of the realm of possibility to love 2 people. That just means obviously you have to then choose which one you love more. But I don't think it's so unrealistic that it's, I don't know. I don't think it's unrealistic, but, you know, to each their own. This one's a little bit longer. So, I know I'm in the minority, but all I can think is thank goodness it's over. This is for the 3-book series, The Infernal Devices. On one hand, I really like the world that was developed. It's what pulled me into this series. There was so much potential. But the storylines don't feel tight. The main plot took away too long to reach the end because the story meandered all over the place in multiple books. I disagree. I got so incredibly tired of all the quotes and the conversations about quotes, but that's like my favorite. I skimmed through so much of the series, but especially the 3rd book. It was so easy to put the book down and do anything else. Oh, that hurts my heart. So I don't agree. But again, to each their own. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, obviously. I highly, highly disagree with those opinions. But I understand the Infernal Devices, Cassandra Clare's writing in general. Let's take it from her writing. It's not for everybody. Like, her writing is not for everybody. Her writing is very, like, it's a very specific type of reader, I feel like. So, not everyone's gonna like it, and that's fine, obviously. Not everybody's gonna like every single book in the world. That's just how it is. So, I mean, there's gonna be romance books out there that people love that I don't like. That's just the way the world is. So, to me, I know it's her opinion, but I don't know. It hurts my heart a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's a different opinion. Okay. Logging in just to give this 1 star. I haven't hated a book this much in decades. Ow. Oof. But I also want more information from this person. I'm curious what book before this did they hate. Like, are we talking about like the whole Twilight decade, whatever, Harry Potter? Like, I'm just really curious. I'd be very curious to know what they hated before hating The Infernal Devices, which is one of my favorite series of all time. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Okay. Next one. Absolutely not. If you don't find the main love triangle believable or interesting, I feel like there's pretty much no chance you'll enjoy this series. And that ending was so bad, I'm genuinely shocked. I'm glad so many other people love this one, but I'm so surprised. This is the series ender people rave about. But the ending is so good though. Like, that epilogue is insane. Like, I didn't see it coming. I can honestly say I did not see that ending coming. And it blew my mind and it made me want to cry. So, I'm very sad. But you know what? It's not for everybody. It's fine. It's not for everybody. More for me to love, right? Like, it's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, I have two more. I hated this more than any other book I've read. So that's all I have to say about that. Okay, just gonna move on. It's fine. It's fine. People can have different opinions. It's fine. Alright, I think this is the last one. Yeah. This is a longer one. Buckle up. What a delightfully boring final book in a series. It's a long, blank book. I'm not gonna say that word. And precisely nothing happens except for coupling. Seriously, this author needs to stop writing quote-unquote action novels and just focus on doing sappy romance novels, because according to Cassandra Clare, no one can have a happily ever after unless they're all no longer single. Some people don't need no man to be happy. Okay, Cassandra Clare, okay, calm down. Calm down. And why is it that stupid, boring Tessa... I'm so irritated when people say that. And why is it that stupid, boring Tessa gets two men vying for her? Why is it that these men are totally okay with sharing? And why is it their stupid love triangle the most important part of the book? I mean, come on. The final quote-unquote battle with our bad guy, I can't even remember his name, Mormain? That's his name? Isn't even the final climax. It's like chapter 20 out of 28. The rest are sappy things with the maid, I forgot her name, and Gideon. How dare you. Tessa and Will and Jem. Charlotte and her husband, I forgot his name. Rude! Wow. Gabriel and Will's sister, I forgot her name. I'm so sorry, Cecily. Not a single person is left single by the end of the book, and that is more important than the bad guy killing people. As usual, Magnus is the best part. I will read about Magnus and no one else at this point. Okay. No. First of all, I don't even know where to start with this. They defeat the bad guy. They do. They take Mortman down. So what's wrong with exploring their love stories after that when they've defeated the villain? What's wrong with some love stories? Maybe just stop reading after they defeated Mortman then. Like, I don't understand the need for this, like, hate. But that's on that person. It's fine. I get it. Maybe they could have had a couple other chapters with defeating Mortman and stuff. They probably could have. But it ended nicely. It's all wrapped up. It's fine. Just leave it alone. Stop after they defeat him then. Alright, let's get into Fearless. I'm scared about this one because I think a lot of people hated it, but I loved it. Alright, whoa, chat. What am I talking about? Review 1 star. More like a 1.5. The word pretended was used 50 times, shambles 10 times, inevitable 100 times, like bestie we get it. I'm sorry, it was so repetitive and barely had any substance to it. Ow, that hurts. I might write a longer review later. I'm just so upset because I was hoping it would at least be better than Reckless, but I was bored to death. Say you and me, brother, always, one more time, and see what happens. Do not come for Kit and Kai. Do not. Just don't do it. You're not gonna win. Oh my gosh. This is so hurtful. People are so mean. I mean, I get it. The third book probably wasn't like I'm trying to think of a reason that it wasn't more exciting, but I can't think of one because she literally does the 3 challenges to regain the throat. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm so confused. How is it not more exciting? How is it boring? She completes 3 tasks. She even gets the stinking crown. Okay? Like, what are you talking about? Moving on to the next one. Totally disappointed. I expected so much more. It's so badly... How am I gonna get through these? It's so badly written. The plot is the worst. This book has a whole lot of potential, and they all just go down the drain. The way things turned is just like, wait, you gotta be kidding me. No, are you serious? This is how it goes? I really enjoyed Powerless, but this is such a no. Okay, again, there's gonna be some, like, spoilers in this video. So you're telling me that everything was predictable, that it being Kai in I need a second because now I'm like remembering feelings and moment in the book. So you're saying that Kai being in the center of that where they had the battle was predictable? No. I need several moments. These are hurting. I'm in pain. It's fine. Alright, let's... Whew. I'm a Peyton hater through and through. Make Kai the royal poet, please. He's only good at that. He is good with words. He is. Okay, the plot was disgusting. Yes, disgusting. I mean, after giving basically nothing in Reckless, Lauren decided to dump everything on us in Fearless. And I see where they're coming from with disgusting. I agree. Part of the ending had a point where I wouldn't have gone that way if I were writing the book. But it didn't last all that long, and you know, the characters didn't know. So I don't know. I'm not gonna go there and talk about that. If you've read the book, you know exactly what I'm talking about, so we're not gonna go into that. Okay, that was the last one for Fearless. So the thing about Fearless to me is that, like, the biggest wasn't between Kit and Peyton, in my opinion. That wasn't the biggest plot twist. The biggest plot twist was Kit and Kai at, like, the very end. Like, those moments, the heartbreaking moments of Kai holding Kit as he's dying. And I'll admit, I loved Kit in the first book. I liked him a lot. By the time we got to Reckless, I was not a huge fan of him anymore. And then by the time I got to Fearless, I was definitely not a fan. But towards the end, I feel like he got a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more of a redemption arc, kind of. A little bit. Not like, I don't know. He's not, a lot of it was not his fault. He was raised to be this way. He was trained in this. And that's not necessarily his fault. I do think he went about a lot of it in the wrong way. But when it comes down to it, he just wanted to live a life with his brother and to have them be the ones overseeing everything. And I don't know, he had a lot of love for his brother, and that's what it all came down to, is that he just wanted to have that relationship back with him that they had it before Peyton came in and his words messed up everything. And that's something I'm really interested to see. I know that we're supposed to get Kit's point of view in the next novella that is coming out. Lauren has talked about it before. She said that, I believe it's supposed to be Kit's point of view. So that's going to be interesting to see, because hopefully we can get a little bit more of a well-rounded character from him and not just like the villain. But that would be super interesting to see. I'm really curious about how that's going to go. So, yeah. Enough rambling about Fearless. So the last book in this video that I'm going to be reacting to is Ember in the Ashes, or An Ember in the Ashes, by Saba Tahir. And this book I started last year. I think I finished this one right now I'm reading the second one. I don't remember what the second one is called right now off the top of my head, but I'm reading the second book right now. So let's get into some 1-star reviews for the first book, which to me was heartbreaking. DNF. I couldn't bring myself to finish this because of how brutal it was. I agree. Obviously, because of the synopsis, I knew it would be brutal. I decided to give it a chance anyway, thinking that I could take it. I was wrong, but I'm still glad that I tried. The writing, the characters, and the plot were well done. It just wasn't for me. That is very, very fair. It is hard to read certain parts of the first book. Saba Tahir didn't sugarcoat things in a way. She didn't make things nice and rainbows and sunshine and like whatever. It's very real. And it's very sad. And they don't care about killing off characters, is all I can say. So it's very depressing at times. It's hard to get through, but like the story between Laya and what's his name? Oh no. Laya and Elias. Like the relationship between those two is so good, and it's so good. I love it. Okay, this is a longer one. Oh boy. I can't stand this book anymore. I flipped through the last 100 pages or so to know the ending, and it's so typical, like any YA novel that got published in the last 10 years. I don't think it's that predictable. There was some plot twists in there that I didn't see coming. This book is just the same book that everyone read when he discovered the YA genre for the first time. No originality, no depth for the characters, nothing at all. Just some teenage girl became a hero and stopped bad people from doing bad things while saving her loved one and finding the true love while developing a sense of bravery in herself. And of course, he touched me and I feel the warmth of his hand on my shoulder through my whole body. And be brave. And of course, they cannot take away our freedom. That's essentially what the book's about, though. Did you read the whole book? I'm confused. And what's really shameful is that this book didn't try to have its own elements or its own persona. It didn't execute some of the awful YA tropes and left some out. No, it has every single cliche you can ever imagine. The writing is less than mediocre. Wow. The world building is one of the worst. Nothing at all good. Nothing at all is good about this book. It's just the same as The Hunger Games and Divergent and Delirium and Shatter Me, etc. This might be a life-changing book for someone who just started reading and never read any story like this, but for me, I read this 10 million times before and I'm sick of it. Okay, I can see your point in that sense, that maybe some people aren't going to love it in that way if you've already read books like that, but I think it has a lot more to offer than that. Here's another one. Okay, that's it. I can't do it anymore. DNF'd at 126 pages. I'm not sure if I'm just past the age of dystopians or if this is the wrong moment for me to read this book, but I just can't do this anymore. I was so bored by Laia right from the beginning. I loved Laia. I couldn't identify with her at all. She was too whiny and weak. What? In what world is she whiny and weak? Oh my gosh. You should have read the whole book, dude. She is not whiny and weak. Elias was slightly less offensive to me, so I continued. But then they first met and I just couldn't deal with it anymore. They just met. When they met, she had been abused by his mom. What do you mean? What do you mean? It just had too much of the damsel in distress being saved by the strong man. No, not really. No. I wouldn't say it has that at all, but okay. Nope, can't do it. The writing wasn't bad actually, but the plotting and the world building was full of stuff I've seen in other places before and done better. The Rome-inspired society would have had potential, but I had read something similar in Red Rising, and that story was just a lot more unique. So no, not a book for me. Sorry. It's fair. If it's not for you, that's fine. But you can't say that it's unoriginal. Her being saved by the big... No. She was not saved by the big strong man. No. No. You're wrong. Okay. Down to 2 more. Well, I feel awkward. But was I the only one who found this unnecessarily long and boring? I think you're the only one. Yeah, I think so. 400 pages of zero character development and no world building. Very few things of the past were revealed, and I couldn't care less for the 2 main characters' main story. Jeez. Nothing was logical or interesting. It's fantasy. It's not supposed to be logical all the time. Come on. It happened because the ogre said so. Okay, my interest was not piqued to see the characters had so little power over their lives or point to any of their actions. They are all part of a great big plan. Whatever. I've read this 1,000 times already, but with better characters and a much more well-executed story. You guys are brutal. Brutal. Alright, I'm gonna read the last one, and then I need to ramble a little bit. Standard YA novel. The actual history of the Roman Empire is far less cliche, had more interesting people. It was real life. What do you mean? And better plot lines. Again, real life. You would be better off with nonfiction if based on ancient Rome is the only thing that caught your attention. Okay. No. 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 Nope. No. Listen. Obviously, we all know not every series is for everybody. That's awesome. That's great. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's fine. But don't insult, like, the world building and the characters and their storylines. Laia becomes one of the strongest characters in the entire series. What are you talking about? Being saved by the big strong man? No. I mean, yeah, her and Elias help each other, but I wouldn't say that he saves her. Like, if we think about the plot twist in the end of the first book, who started that whole thing? That was not Elias, that was Laia. and no character development. Have you, like, do people know how awful Helene was in the beginning and now she's actually, like, caring about other people? Like, her best friend? I mean, there's so much that goes into, even into the second book. I haven't finished the second book yet, but from what I've read so far, a lot is happening, and a lot is changing, and Helene is growing. And I'm sorry, but the whole Elias and Elias they saved each other. He didn't save her. They saved each other. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I always know doing these reviews is never going to be fun because people are brutal in their reviews, but whatever, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You are obviously allowed to have your own wrong opinion. Just kidding. Opinions are never wrong, but like, it's rude. It's rude to say that. So, enough rambling. That was my reactions to the reviews. I do want to do another version of this in the future, so look out for that. And let me know if you've read any of these books in the comments, and let me know what your thoughts on them were. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.